van, which may belong to him, and rammed into an officer's vehicle who was here working security at the shelter. The force of that impact pushed the vehicle up over an embankment. The officer got out of the vehicle and fired upon the suspect's vehicle. The suspect was not hit during that encounter. The suspect then fled the scene. An officer pursued that suspect a short distance. The suspect then returned back to the parking lot of the shelter where he was taken into custody.
How many shots were fired at the suspect?
I don't have that information at this time. So this incident, which is an officer-involved critical incident, falls under the officer-involved critical incident protocol for Salt Lake County. So an officer-involved critical incident protocol team, which is headed up by UPD, is investigating. The information that I have is very preliminary. It'll take some time for that investigative team to get through some of that information. And just to kind of explain how that works a little bit, during that investigation, we as the involved agency are really not privy to the details of that investigation. The reason for this is to keep impartiality and to make sure that every incident like this is investigated thoroughly and professionally. So we will be just kind of on the outside of that while another agency is investigating. That will take some time for them to work through the details of that. And as that information is available to us, we'll make it available to you.
Do you know preliminarily, there was, I guess, a shooting earlier this morning in Salt Lake, kind of near a shelter, unidentified shooter, if there might be a look at whether there could be like the same guy sort of thing? Or?
I don't have any information to connect those incidents.
There's a lot of vans out here right now. Can you tell me about what agencies are on scene?
So obviously we're on scene as the involved agency, and then we have the Salt Lake County Critical Incident Protocol Team, which is headed up by the Unified Police Department. They'll be working through their investigative process, and we'll be cooperating with them fully to provide them any information that we can. But like I say, we'll be sort of on the outskirts of this as they're investigating the incident.
Are you able to say if the suspect has any history at this time?
I don't have that information at this time. Once we're able to release the information about the suspect, such as name, age, that sort of thing, then you'll be able to look up any sort of history for this suspect.
There's obviously caution tape and cones out here in the road. Are there any impacts to traffic right now? Any message for the public?
Right now we have one lane closed down. There is no impact to the public as far as a safety incident. The suspect was taken into custody. We do have that one lane closed down, but it doesn't seem to be providing too much of a hassle for drivers at this point. What's happening at this point is that there is a lot of, the area is sort of cordoned off so that the investigative team has the opportunity to gather all of the evidence that they need in this case. We want to make sure that we get all of that evidence, that everything is gathered before that scene is released. And then once that has been accomplished, the scene will be released and that traffic lane will be opened.
And just to confirm, you mentioned the suspect is unharmed. How is the officer doing?
The officer is uninjured as well. So the officer was hit inside the vehicle, of course, but did not suffer any sort of injury that required medical attention. And the suspect in this case was not hit and has suffered no injuries as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so the next thing that you can expect is that I will attempt to get suspect information, and I'll provide that information over Twitter or X.